Hi everybody, it's Amy at Crafty Cat. So you can see today we are going to do our Watercolor Wednesday. I have just one of those tempered glass dollar store cutting boards that I've had for a while and dug it out. You can use like clipboards or whatever. You don't have to get anything fancy. Just use something you've got. You can also obviously tape to your desk. That's what I usually do. But this one I want to do some drips. So I, you know, put it on here. I have cut my paper, my watercolor paper, and it's this cold press. And I am not a watercolor artist, you know, like that's not normally what I do. So I'm not going to know all the things. But anyways, it's 140 pound. And then the watercolors that I'm using, I've been asked for the colors of certain pieces I've done. I don't know, because I have this Arteza 36 premium watercolors. As you can see, it's old and well loved, but I don't have the little color sheet anymore that says what the names of the colors are. So I apologize for that. I just, you know how it is when you aren't doing videos and then you are. And I actually got this from Arteza while doing videos, but it's been years ago, and I don't know what I did with the little color list. So anyways, what we're going to do today is this can be made into a journal pocket for a journal. So that's kind of what I'm going for. Obviously, you can just, you know, paint on them just to paint, but I want to make them into pieces to go in journals. So that's kind of my goal with this. I saw what we're going to do today, just a picture on Pinterest, and I didn't save it. So I'm sorry. It was just one of those scrolling through things, and I was like, oh, that's cool, you know. So I don't even know exactly how they did it or anything like that, but just from what I saw, I'm going to attempt to do something like that. So I gotta move my light, so hopefully I won't bang it every single time I dip in water. So I have two containers of water, and that is because one is for cleaning my brush and the other one is for water if I want to put water onto my paper that doesn't have color, because you know how the one obviously that you clean your brush in gets dirty. So it's kind of good to have two containers of water. And then I also have my little spray bottle. I don't know that I'll use that a whole lot today, except I am going to use it to wet my watercolors. That helps, makes it a little easier to use them, then you're not having to dip in water every 2 seconds. Okay, so what we're going to do first is kind of make, I mean, they're not going to be like triangles, but sort of triangle-ish shapes. And you'll understand more in a minute. And I'm just getting wet. I know you're not seeing it. I'm just getting water on here because I want it wet. So I'm going wet on wet. And these aren't going to be perfectly triangular, because I don't want that. I just want, like I said, a triangle-ish shape. So that's what I'm going for. And let's see, we're gonna go, what color do we want? Let's do a nice like springy green. And again, I'm sorry, I don't know the name of the color. Get some of that in there. And then probably what I'm gonna do, and I know this is kind of a bummer, but in between I'm gonna try to get it mostly dry, because I kind of want to put one on top of the other, if you know what I mean. Like I want, sorry, I'm trying to clean out my yellow. How does it that every time I use yellow, somehow it gets like a drop of blue in it, and then my yellow's all, that's the only color that I have that problem with, I feel like. Anyways, because I want to put other colors on top, so I want it to be dry underneath so that I don't get bleed of a different color into this one, if you see what I mean. Hopefully that made some sort of sense. So how y'all doing? I hope you're having a fantastic day. I am doing well. Just ran my morning errands that I pretty much do every morning. And then I'm ready to paint before it gets too hot in here. Isn't it funny how fast, you know, I was complaining about cold and now I'm complaining about heat. I don't know. It's kind of a bummer. Maybe I'll do one over at this end so that I don't have to already stop, but that's kind of what I'm going for. Oh, I know what else I wanted to do. I want to put just a blob of that there, and then I'm going to tip it. And I don't know if it's going to work because I didn't get very much water. Let's get a little more water on that. I want it to run down right there. So I'm sure you can tell we're going to do trees. Did I say that? I don't know. But you'll see they're very cute and super simple. Like, I feel like I haven't tried this yet, so maybe it's not super simple. I'm hoping it looked super simple. Okay, so then let's do another one like over here so that we don't have to stop already, because that's kind of a bummer. But I want to do a different color too. Oh, I don't want to color yet. What am I doing? Amy, get it together. We need just water first. So it just sort of helps you get your shape. That's the reason I am doing this water part first. You can do it how you want. If you want to just go dry brush and go for it, go for it. Like, I have no qualms with that. I just want to get a little bit of water on there. And you can see there's a little tiny bit of color in there. So some of these, like, a lot better than others. I don't know what that, bloom, I think is what they call it. Like I said, I am not a watercolor artist by any stretch of the imagination, but it is super fun. So I would like to learn more and just play and just have things to put in journals, you know, something different. I'm getting kind of bored, honestly, with a lot of the stuff that we all do, you know, because that's just the way I am, you know. That may not be the case for other people. That's just me. I gotta switch it up sometimes. I get real ants in my pants about doing the same thing all the time. So I need a little extra water down there. Hopefully we can get it to go. Oh, I got all those to go. I really just want the one to go. Oh boy, got water now. Okay, that's all I wanted. Okay, I'm going to pause momentarily and dry these with my heat tool. You can use a hair dryer or whatever, and then I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back and those are dry. So now we're gonna do another one. I just gotta make sure my brush is all the way clear. And I'm gonna do this one more in a circular shape up here. It would be fun to do like a whole page for a journal. The only thing is the whole watercolor paper is a little thick, but you could do like all the way across the bottom of a page would be neat. Oh, and I'm using it, did I tell you guys, a 10 round. Let's see, what color do we want now? I kind of want to stay kind of bright is what I'm thinking. I'm going to mix a little bit of a couple colors here. Go a little bit of this darker green with this blue. Put a little bit of that lighter green in that springy green. Okay, I don't know what this is going to turn out like, but we're going to try. Sorry, I get quiet because I'm concentrating. I don't really have any exciting stories to tell today anyways, but we had a lovely weekend. Kids were around a little bit on Saturday. Well, Theron had to work. Aiden was around, and then he was around later. Nobody was really around yesterday, except my husband and I. So we kind of just... He wanted hot dogs, so we barbecued hot dogs. We don't eat hot dogs very often, but they tasted good. You know, it's fun sometimes to do that. So that's what we did. Had a nice broccoli salad with it. I forget about that broccoli salad. You know, the one with, if you guys have had it, with raisins and bacon, of course, and sunflower seeds. It's just very, very good. I'm afraid I'm going to have to get that one dry now to do this, because the one I put here will most likely touch that. So I'm going to pause again and get this dry. Okay, so in the same manner, I have added the orangish yellow splatters and green just at the bottom. I mean, there's one there, but you know, it's going to do that when you're splattering. All right, so the next thing we're going to do is some doodles on these. And this is where you just do your thing, and you don't have to stay in lines. And obviously my shaky hand does not allow for any straight sort of lines anyway. So I don't even try anymore because I just really can't. So I'm just gonna kind of do this sort of thing, and then you can do like circles inside of each other. Just doodle on your little trees however you like. And I don't know. I'm just winging this. So just do you. Just have fun with it. I find it very relaxing. Well, I find watercolor very relaxing, and then adding the little doodles is also super relaxing, I feel like. Just, you know, you got to get out of your head about it. You can't, like, oh, is that going to mess it up? It's a piece of paper, like, honestly. So if you just think of it like that, like, oh, well, I'll just chuck it and try again. You know what I mean? You'll be surprised at how frequently you'll make things that you like. I mean, I throw plenty of stuff away, believe me. I've also been doing this stuff for well over 20 years. And I've always, my sister always says, as soon as I could hold a crayon, I was coloring, drawing, and doing all that. So, like, it's always been a joy of mine. You know, and we've all got our things that we're good at or like or whatever. Okay, so then maybe I'll go put some little, just so that there's more of something going on down at the bottom, you know, and grounds them a little bit. And this is a micron 808.8, however you want to say that. My sister got me these for my birthday, so thank you to her. Best sister out there. I'm doing one of those little, you know, knots on the tree. You can or don't need to. What do I want to do with this one? I think I'm going to go like, I'm going to bring you guys in a little bit. Hopefully I can remember to stay in place here. I'm just going to do kind of a hash lines or whatever, and they're not going to be perfect, so don't think, oh, I gotta get my ruler out. I mean, you can if you're more comfortable with that. It definitely comes out cool when you make them really super nice and straight and same distance apart, but you might just stress yourself out trying to do that, and then if you get one closer than another, you might think it's not right or it doesn't, you know. But if you just go freehand, some are going to be wider, some are going to be narrower. Just the nature of the beast, you know. And it's nothing to worry about, because as you can see with my lovely shaky hand, I am not getting anywhere near the same distance. They are definitely not straight. They're very jaggedy, in fact. And then I'm going to go the other way. And this is definitely not going to be perfect. You could also do some stamping, like make some masks if you wanted to, and stamp on them if you're not all that into doodling. But I do find it very zen, like you can just get in a zone and doodle away. And we're going to kind of put sort of like a ending point there. All right, so I don't know what I want to do to this one. Oh, I do want to go around that outside of that one. Trying to stay in camera here. And you can see I go out and there's no straight anything with my hands anymore. And these are probably very different than the ones I even saw on Pinterest, just because, you know, I just saw it, moved on, doing my own thing. I'm not even checking to see if it looks like theirs or whatever, because I just liked the concept of it. Oh, I know something that we can do. I like this edge of this stamp. What are these things called? You put the stamp on it to stamp. Acrylic blocks. Wow, that was rough. Oops, I didn't connect all the way. It's all right. So yeah, use things that you have just sitting on your desk too. No rules, just fun. It's not going to go all the way across on that one, I don't think. So we'll just take it as far as we can. It did good. Turn it a little more. And then, I mean, you could do lines inside of there. If you go on like Pinterest or wherever and look at Zen Tangles or Zen Doodles, there's a million different doodly things that you can do. So if you're stuck or whatever, and you can also, which I thought was a great idea, there's this line here that I want to emphasize, you can also make yourself some little like cards or something that have different doodles that you like or have tried before, or, you know, are trying a new, just to remember. So you can look at those when you're doing this and you get stuck, and you can, you know, get ideas from that as well. My pen, these pens don't love going over the watercolor. It's kind of like they get, or I don't think they like the texture of the paper that much either. they get a little bit like gunked up or something. But you can usually, you know, kind of, I just colored over on a paper towel, and that seems to work just fine. So, okay, I think on this one I'm just gonna go just some little, maybe sort of like flowery looking things. My son's here. If you hear him washing in the sink. My daughter started an ALS class, so she's a little freaked out because the instructor is deaf, which obviously a good way to learn, but she's kind of scared because she only signs, and of course, obviously, Aiden doesn't know any sign language yet, but I told her just... She said the hardest part is the lectures are like silent, basically. And I said, well, maybe listen to some music while the lecture's going, just like some... She listens to a lot of instrumental, like classical sort of, or movie, what do you call it, soundtracks, that kind of thing anyways. And so I was like, listen to some of that just so that you have some sound going. See if that helps. So it is amazing how dependent we are on that, you know. So I'm just going to put some dots in this randomly. However, I'm going to skip every other one. And obviously, the more you do of this, I mean, me too, you know, the better your doodles will get. Like, those are weird, but it works. It's just, I don't know, it's just something for the eye to go around the page and look at. Okay. All right. And then I think I'll put a thumb notch in it because, like I said, I would use this. You could use it as a card. I'm going to back out a little bit. Card front, or just a picture to add to an art journal would be another fun thing. I'm going to use it as a pocket in my journal. I don't know. Maybe the next one or whatever. I don't know. But anyway, we're going to use a little bit of Distress Oxide just to go around the edge for some color. You could also do some doodling in color, would be fun. I don't have my colors out at the moment, but you definitely could do that. I'm gonna go do my little border thing because I like it. But again, you don't have to do these borders because they're, I mean, most people that do watercoloring don't do that. They, you know, just have their artwork, and that's fine. That's just the way I like it. All right. So I hope you guys give it a try. I hope you like it. They are super cute. I think maybe if I did it again, I might do like a real light wash in the background, just so there was a little bit of color back there. But for a first go on that, I think those are super fun. So I hope you guys try it. I'd love to see pictures, and I will talk to you again tomorrow. Love you guys. Bye.